4. In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. When I lose myself, when I feel I've lost my way, when I go inside and quiet my mind, I hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets me free. There is only love. Please join us in singing I Woke Up This Morning with My Mind Staying on Spirit. And I'll tell you what each verse is, and please do sing along. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Woke up this morning with my mind staying on spirit. Well, I woke up this morning with my mind staying on spirit. You know, I woke up this morning with my mind staying on spirit. You know, I woke up this morning with my mind staying on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking with my mind staying on spirit. You know, I'm walking and talking with my mind staying on spirit. You know, I'm walking and talking with my mind staying on spirit. You know, I'm walking and talking with my mind staying on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Loving my neighbor with my mind staying on spirit. You know, loving my neighbor with my mind staying on spirit. Loving my neighbor with my mind staying on spirit. Loving my neighbor with my mind staying morning with my mind. Staying on spirit. I woke up this morning with my mind. Staying on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind. Staying on spirit. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. Hi, I'm Sherry Humes, if you don't know me, and I'm your platform assistant for today. I am very happy to be here, and yes, Spirit has been on my mind since I woke up this morning, so yeah. So today we have Reverend Julie with us, and that's a wonderful thing. And of course, the wonderful Diane and Ray as our guest musicians. Is there anybody here for the first time to Unity of Bellingham? We're not going to torture you, don't worry. Second, all right. So,
about 3 or 4 years ago.
oh, okay, well, yeah, welcome back. Well, thank you for joining us today. Thank you, thank you. And we'll make a point of saying hello afterwards. Are there welcome packets for our new people? Do we do that? No? Okay, but we will say hi after service, so no worries about that. We'll have a greeting time in just a second, too. So, but anyway, if no matter who you are or where you've come from or where you might be on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here, and that's the main point. So, let's see. It's going to be our time for greeting right now. Actually, for the new people, if you raise your, or Janae, did you have a welcome packet? Oh, raise your hand again if you're, so Janae can find you. There we go. I think there's a couple right over here, too. 2 people. Yeah. Well, while we do that, let's see, take a few minutes to greet each other from your seats. I guess we're not getting too close yet, but you can stand and wave and blow kisses, whatever you like to do. But let's take a few minutes for greeting with everybody. Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, hello to everybody and wave. And we have a little baby in the back with a pink bow. Oh, so cute. Yes. Okay. So we don't have any special announcements for today, but what we're going to do next are our 5 spiritual principles, and we'll say those together. So before we do that, go ahead and kind of get yourself centered and grounded and take a nice deep breath. And God is good and present in all things. The holiness of God is my own true nature. I am creating my experiences by how I think. My thinking is guided by my daily affirmative prayers and affirmative actions. I follow and am sustained by these values in every way and every day. And so it is. So next we will go on to our meditation hymn.
If you know this, our song is Our Thoughts Are Prayers.
Mic is on. Oh, there it is. So sing along if you know it. 2, 3, 4. thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes a prayer. Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Take charge of what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is always there. And every thought becomes our prayer.
Thank you. So, excuse me. I'm just catching up here. Okay. We're going to now take this time to go into the silence and the quiet, to open our hearts and our minds, to allow the whole Spirit of God to open and to bloom within our hearts and our minds. Right now we notice that God's loving Spirit, God's peaceful life is within us and through us and all around us. In this time of quiet, let us choose to move into that place where there is only God. And God is everywhere in everything. God is in the farthest reaches of the universe and in the beautiful drop of water of the ocean. God is in all that is. And so this morning, I'm going to invite you to just turn over any concerns, any thoughts. Let the peace and the love of God flow through every cell and atom of your being. Take a moment to focus on your heart and see the light of the heart glowing within you, sending love and joy and peace to every part of your body. And now we turn to our mind. Let us right now remember that we are totally connected to God, to the Christ Spirit, to each other. We are one family here. We are a family of love that allows us to connect and belong in this community. Because each and every one of you here is an expression of God, an expression of the Christ Spirit, and gives us that ability to send love to each person in this room right now. So if there's anything you're concerned about or anything you've been stressed about, now is the time in this quiet to let it go. And now if you'll join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And leave us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
I wanted to share a song that I wrote today for, I was a teacher for 34 years and I just retired 3 weeks ago. And so this was thank you. This was one of the kids I had, and one of the syllables in his name is ink. So I was playing with the idea of ink, and he was remarkable, is remarkable in his spirit and his resilience. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Look out at the sea of bright, shiny faces filled with new ideas. Eyes peeking sideways, awaiting to see what the new year will bring. I cannot tell you how to grow. I cannot change the way you think. Go the way you choose to go. You write your book with your own ink. You write your book with your own ink. You're gonna do a few things that you'll regret. Everybody has to learn. It's never too late to change directions, take a different turn. I cannot tell you how to grow. I cannot change the way you think. You have to go the way you choose to go. You write your book with your own ink. You write that book with your own ink. But oh, you'll do some good things too. Oh, that's what it's all about. Some of the things you do will work out fine. The right place at the right time. Some folks will tell you not to take a risk. Don't you listen to them. If you try for a dozen and you just get one, it's a good thing. Even then, I cannot tell you how to grow. I cannot change the way you think. You have to go the way you choose to go. You write your book with your own ink. You write that book with your own ink. You write your book with your own ink. Thank you.
Well, I want to be able to write songs like that. That was awesome. Thank you. I love it. I was just going through the channels the other night, and I realized that that show was on where they put people in precarious kind of situations where they would have to step in and do something about the situation. And, you know, it's something I think none of us would like to have to step into something, but we're glad when somebody does, you know, like this one whole section was on teachers that didn't get enough supplies and money to, you know, give all of the things they needed to give to their students, and was paying it out of their own pocket to get those supplies. And it kind of, you know, one thing about it hit me like, why in this country, one of the richest countries in the world, that our teachers would have to pay for their own students' supplies. That's a pretty sad story. And it's time, I think, for all of the challenges that we have had over the last 2 years, maybe a little more, where people that we know have passed or is dealing with illness, but just many, many things. And we face these changes. I was just saying that my daughter chose not to be vaccinated. Her husband chose not to be vaccinated. And their kids chose for themselves what they wanted to do. And it was very interesting because they all had very good, compelling reasons to stay on the path they wanted to stay on. Like my daughter's very, very interested in food and how it affects our bodies. So she goes in and does research, and she researches things just more than anybody I know. And then she decides. But you certainly can't talk her into anything. There's no talking her into it. But anyway, I feel like it's something that we live through easier when we realize that every single person in this room right now is autonomous. You have the right to choose how to live. You have the right to put the ink down you want to put down and tell the story you want to tell about yourself. And that is so beautiful, to have that kind of freedom, to have that place. And I have to kind of brag a little about Unity, because Unity pretty much lets you do your own thing. I mean, compared to a lot of religions in the world. So I wanted to talk about that, because we're talking about change here, and we're right on the edge here, like right on the edge of the Grand Canyon. Roy and I went to the Grand Canyon a couple months ago and looked over the edge, and they have this thing built out that's like a glass bottom thing. Have anybody's been to the Grand Canyon? There's this big glass thing, and you can lay down face first and look all the way down to the bottom of the canyon, right? My husband wouldn't do it. I'm keeping my stuff on ground, not plastic. Anyway, so there's things that we do because we choose to. And there are things that seem scary, but they're not. What was it, Janae, that you told your kids? No blood, no broken bones, what was the other thing? I can't remember. No fever. Yeah, no fever. And then it was, go back out and play, you're fine, you know? Go ahead, you pass the rules, right? And so we're all doing that, and we're doing that all the time. And it's interesting to be with people and have them give you the reasons for the way they are, and it's okay. My mom is working on her 95th year. She never will tell you the age she is in the year she's actually in that age. she's always working on the next year. So even though she's 94 this year, she'll tell you she's 95. She's working on 95. So anyway, so she's had quite a bit of different things that happen just from getting older and not being able to, arthritic hands and, swollen feet and that kind of thing, and just a lot of those kind of things. And she gets through one, gets better, feels good, and then a couple weeks later, we'll have something else, Sometimes it's in the lungs and sometimes it's in the ear. And just this last week, was a tooth that needed to be pulled. So, she says, I'm just losing my body, just little pieces at a time. So anyway, when you have to face some of the things as we grow older, you have to get used to being comfortable with change, because it is the only thing that we absolutely can count on this planet, in this universe. Change will always be here. So if we could teach ourselves how to change, or how to witness and be a witness for positive change. Now, I was thinking about this, and I think maybe a lot of you have as many experiences with having to learn to change and move and go somewhere else. I mean, my husband and I have been married close to 40 years, and we moved several times across country. There's a church who needs us down in Michigan. There's a church that needs us over here. It's like that. But it's okay, because that's what we like to do. We like to meet new people, and especially unity people, because unity people are different. They understand that if you don't like what you're seeing right now, you can use ink, or you can just change your mind about how it is. We think that we walk around and we say, oh, there's carrots, I like carrots usually. And so I take a carrot, and the carrot is bad carrot, has bruises on it, whatever, hair on it, and we just want to throw it away. But sometimes you pick up something like a carrot, and it's just come out of the garden, and it didn't look so good because it had dirt all over it before, so you have to scrub a little bit harder. You got to clean that dirt off that carrot a little bit better, so that it's enjoyable to eat. Has anybody ever had a carrot with dirt on it? Well, yeah, of course, sometimes, maybe, somewhere. But the point is that we can just choose to make that not a problem. We can choose to say to this carrot will only contribute to my health and well-being. Some of the times unity has been categorized as wishful thinking. Have you ever heard that? It's wishful thinking. Yeah, I've got a carrot, it's full of dirt. I don't feel like washing it. I'm either going to eat the dirt, or I'm going to wait until I can clean it up. Whatever it is, we get to decide what we do with our life. We get to decide what's important, what isn't. And so, for most all of us, we have to learn how to change as the world changes. We got through kindergarten, we got through 3rd grade, 5th grade, high school, college, whatever it was. We got through all of those things, and none of them had to be a big trauma. Now, I remember Janae was also saying something about her kids jumping off the roof of the garage or something. Well, we had a kind of a background like that too, because it was about maybe 7 feet down to jump off, and once you had your magical towel wrapped around your throat, nothing could happen to you. You were completely protected. You were going to fly, right? See, unity says, why would you let any possibility dare to say, I give up, I can't do this? Because there's nothing you can't do with God. Now, sometimes God doesn't need to get into it much because it's just something you can do. But other times we have to remember that if it seems hard, then maybe we haven't decided to let God do the work. You know, we used to live on a lake in Missouri, and we had a rowboat. And we'd get in the rowboat and we'd row, and it was a pretty good sized lake. There were like skiers on it and all of that. It was a good sized lake. But we didn't do the skiing part, but we did have this rowboat, so we would row, okay? And what would happen is we would go from our dock, which was kind of in a cove and pretty quiet, and we'd head out to the middle of the lake, paddling. And it was a long way. And so we'd get out there and we'd say, now we gotta row all the way back home. That's a long way. It's gonna take a long time. It's gonna be hard. And when we said that, that's exactly how the situation transformed into. It was hard. Now, there was another thing about that lake, is that it was Missouri, and it froze over every winter. It froze over. That whole lake froze over. But you never knew where it was completely frozen, so you could walk on it. And the other thing was, out in the middle, there would be about a 6-foot hole, where the ducks all hung out. You want to see ducks? You could go out there and walk around and see the ducks. All of it was good. All of it was okay. And when we start to look at the changes that are coming in our lives and in this church, sometimes it's going to say, well, what if I don't like this new minister? What if he insults me? What if he thinks I'm not too bright? What if he doesn't want to listen to what I have to say? That stuff shows up. It shows up when you're changing ministers. And I have to tell you, I've been through this enough to know you can trust me on this. I feel like a car salesman. You can trust me on this. He's going to be okay. He'll be nice to you, I promise. He's going to be nice to you, I promise. But the thing that we need to look at as the one that has to take that step into the unknown, because we don't know how he's going to be, and we don't know what he likes, and we don't know what he doesn't like, and he might decide that you just said it the wrong way or whatever. Then you get stopped again. Nothing that you do or say or be in this church is okay, because in this church we do it with a sense and an understanding that God can do anything. God can do anything. And don't ever, ever, ever doubt that, ever. And when you get a new minister, or when it's coming, maybe next week, you can be assured that that minister has an intention to come and love every single one of you. Every single one of you. With his whole heart, he will love you. I have loved you while I've been here off and on through the years. You're very, very lovable, every one of you. You're so lovable. So bring that back to him. Bring it back to him, because he is going to do everything he can to give you a wonderful experience in this church and in this community. It's not just one person. Remember, this church is a community, not just one person. And that minister is just one of the people here. We have to remember that our egos can pop up in change. It's like their favorite, juiciest place to go, right? So that's what I want to say to you about it. Give this guy more than just a chance. Give him your love. Give him your energy. Give him your grand ideas, your grandest ideas. And work together. I'll work with you. I mean, I'm a member, just a member here, but I'll be happy to work here, especially with the kids. I love working with the kids. So, it's a wonderful place to be. Just be ready to embrace it with your both arms around it and say how great this is, because this really is a great place to be. God bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. It's, for me, it's like choices. Sometimes making a choice is the hardest step, but once you do that, then you get to let it go. So it could be the simple choice of what do I have to eat for lunch, or how do I help a family member, or how do you help yourself? So great reminder. And then I also think of, it really impacted me what you said about love, and it's a relationship. And so that's an exciting new relationship that we get to have. So looking forward to it. Okay, let's see. We are going to do our offering now. And this is where we get to give and we get to practice the abundance that we are. We're always grateful for your generous gift, and as you consider your gift, affirm this: I give freely and joyfully, for God is my source, and I have abundance in all areas of my life. Please say the offertory blessing with me. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God.
We are going to bring a song called Gone at Last in this time of healing from the last 2 years. And so if you'd like to sing along, the chorus goes, gone at last, gone at last, gone at last, gone at last. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The night was black and roads were icy, snow was falling just where high. I was weary from my driving, so I stopped to rest for a while. I sat down at the truck stop. I was thinking about my past. I'd had a long streak of bad luck, and I pray it's gone at last. Join us now, gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last. Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last. I'd had a long streak of bad luck, and I pray it's gone at last.
I ain't dumb. I've kicked around some. I don't fall too easily. But that boy looks so dejected, he just grabbed my sympathy. A sweet little soul now, what's your problem? Tell me why you're so downcast. You've had a long streak of bad luck, but I pray it's gone at last. Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last. Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
Gone at last.
I've had a long streak of bad luck, but I pray it's gone at last. Ooh. when you're unprepared, somebody will come and lift you higher, and your burdens will all be shared.
I do believe if I hadn't met all of you, I might still be sinking fast. But I'd had a long streak of bad luck, and I praise gone at last, gone at last,
Gone at last,
gone at last,
gone at last,
gone at last,
gone at last,
gone at last.
I've had a long
streak of that bad luck, and I praise gone at last,
gone, gone,
gone at last,
gone, gone,
gone at last, gone at last, gone at last. I've had a long
streak of bad luck, but I pray it's gone at last, gone at last,
gone at last, gone at last, gone at last, gone at last.
I've had a long streak of bad luck, but I pray it's gone at last. Thank you.
Gone at last.
Okay, let's see. So we're at the end of our service, and we're going to be saying our prayer for protection together. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
We have one more song if you'd care to join.
Oh, okay.
I've peace like a river in my soul. 1, 2, 1. Sing along, please. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. Joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river in my soul. One more. I've got peace like a river in my soul. Thank you. Thank you for singing. Do we circle up for the peace song? Okay. Please stand and sing along for the peace song. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.